Hello, it's Rach from Spiritual and Angelic Guidance. I'm here to do a reading for Libra. This will be for the first half of Feb. I am so sorry that I have not done these readings before now. I have just, things have been crazy. So, yeah, sorry about that. But thanks if you've seen my readings before, and welcome if you haven't. Don't forget, time can be fluid and energy can be vice versa. So, but take whatever resonates and leave what doesn't. All right, let's start, Libra. Okay, so it looks like there could have been a death to something. And I feel like this person was very loyal. I don't even feel like this was very private. I feel like this involved other people. I don't feel like this ending was just between you and your person, or because of you and your person. I feel like this had to do with a whole heap of other people. But, you know, your person is loyal with the dog there. Like, this person was very loyal to you. So, what happened? Okay, so the death could have happened to this relationship because possibly there's something to do with wanting kids, having kids, something like that. And I mean, that message there is not going to be for everyone. It's only because this card, the bird card, is about her and her baby. But other than that, the stalks can also be about transitioning and changing, relocation. Could also be about starting something new. So there was a death to something and you've started something new. But as I said, I don't feel like it was between you and your person. I feel like there was other people involved. Whether you started this relationship beforehand or whether this was an after, there was other people involved. Now, you've also got the man. Now, the man seems to be facing this something new. So whether this is you, whether this is you. I feel like you weren't putting in much effort, because the man or the masculine energy is also all about being proactive or being active. And I feel like that wasn't happening. I don't know why I'm also getting that there were... I feel like there's a lack of communication. I feel like maybe you didn't really express how you felt. There could also be, I feel like, whatever your, I feel like you've just moved on. If this is you, I feel like you've just moved on, you know. I don't know if you're trying to fill your loss in other ways, maybe drinking a lot or doing drugs or whatever, but I feel like upright, this is like the masculine, you know, like the masculine is usually with the feminine, and you know, they're like that ideal pair, and it's in reverse. So whatever's going on is not ideal. I feel like these people that were also involved also thought that there was no potential for love here, and so they kind of controlled and manipulated you. But all of this caused the ending and for you to just move on from this person. But I feel like, yeah, this person was very loyal, but, you know, I feel like this broke this person's heart. Like, this is, you know, this is the heart in reverse here. So, you know, there is a, yeah, this person is just like brokenhearted, or maybe you feel brokenhearted. But there was a lack of, somebody here wasn't, I don't know whether somebody, and I assume it's this person that was loyal. I don't know if this person really felt happy. I also don't know if they were content. Maybe there was a lack of affection, a lack of, yeah, lack of something. So I feel like as much as this person was completely loyal to you, I just feel like it wasn't, this person wasn't happy. But I feel like as much as they weren't, they still stayed very loyal to you. There was also a lack of stability and security. I just saw with the tree. Okay, tell me more. Yeah, I feel like there is definitely a lack of communication. Somebody hasn't really expressed how they feel, because you've got very soon in reverse with heart-to-heart conversations. So I feel like whatever's going on, yeah, I just feel like there wasn't any heart-to-heart conversations happening, or somebody really didn't get to honestly express how they felt. So there could have even have been a lack of closure here. But it's telling you to stay optimistic about your love life. There might be somebody that you're getting to know. I don't know if you really want to give this a shot though. Or somebody's putting in a lack of effort with the past situation. Because as much as, you know, for some of you, you may have tried to stay optimistic about what was happening. Okay, I just got another download. I feel like somebody really wasn't sure what they wanted. And, you know, they were trying to stay optimistic about what was happening in their love life. But I feel like, you know, as much as whatever was going on, you didn't really give it a shot. Like, you portrayed that you were trying to give it a shot, but I don't think you really were. You weren't putting in any effort. You didn't put any work in to try to make this relationship work. You know, I mean, there's things that make relationships work, such as loyalty, honesty, being truthful, you know, having someone's back. You know, there are things that make relationships work, and whether you weren't doing any of those things or all of those things or other things, it's like you weren't putting in whatever you needed to do to make this relationship work. You really needed to have a heart-to-heart conversation, and I feel like that never happened. And I feel like, you know, you got to know each other, and also feel like once you did, your bond deepened, but I also feel like for somebody, there wasn't a lot of chemistry. Like you weren't their usual type. You know, I guess it's like, example, you say you normally go for stocky guys, and you get somebody who's very skinny, not attractive, because you're used to the stocky. And then you have really fat, and then you're like, still not attracted. I really like just stocky. And, you know, that's different because it's not what you're usually attracted to. But once you, I feel like chemistry kind of, or attraction kind of grows. But I feel like there needs to be sexual chemistry. There needs to be, yeah, attraction. Let's see if we can find out more. Okay, so you've got unlikely in reverse, forked road in reverse, you've got beehive, and you've got the cross. Now, why is unlikely in reverse? What else? Yeah. So unlikely in reverse is obviously likely. Something's very likely, and you've got control, you've got persecute, suffocate, destroyed, somebody limiting freedom, constraint, mind games. So it's likely, as I said, that somebody was, it wasn't just you and your person, it was you, your person, and all the other people that were involved in controlling you to make decisions. And you really just felt powerless. You felt like you were paralyzed. You felt like you couldn't make a decision. All right, then we have forked road in reverse. So you feel like you didn't have any free will. You feel like, yeah, as I said, trapped and whatever. But you really needed to see things clearly. You needed to face your issues. You needed to stop being insecure, narcissistic. Yeah. There were things you definitely needed to see more clearly and face, and I don't feel like that happened. I mean, that's what it's telling me. And because of that reason, it caused a broken heart between you and your person. As I said about having someone's back, being loyal, that just wasn't happening because you were being manipulated and controlled by these other people. The same storyline keeps coming. Now, you need to speak your truth because now somebody didn't, and that's why my throat does this. Okay, so yeah, somebody felt like they were very devoted. They put in all this effort. They put in all this hard work, and this could have been your person if this is you. Yeah, and they just weren't getting the same in return. They weren't getting the support. They weren't, as I said, having someone's back is important, and that was not happening here. You probably were probably found you weren't even being invited to social events with these family or friends. Yeah, because you've got gathered, meetings and socialize all in reverse. There was no support because that's in reverse. Like, yeah, this person was being influenced. But I feel like, you know, as much as you put in all this hard work, you had this thought that everything was going to be, you know, happily ever after. Because you believe in the kind of, or your person possibly believes in this fairy tale, you know, romantic endings, that kind of thing. But it just wore them out. This person was tired of putting in all the effort and all the, you know, all the work. And I feel like there's definite family patterns that are happening. I feel like, I reckon that came up for you guys once before. Old habits die hard, you know. This is not the first time this has happened, and it probably will not be the last. So yeah, somebody had to release this situation. Because obviously it was just too hard and they were sick of putting in all the hard work. But there was a lot they didn't know. Yeah. All right. Okay, coming on for Libra. You got child in reverse. Yeah, I feel like this has been happening since you were a young kid, whether you're a young boy. For some of you, as I said, you've got the masculine and this is the boy card. See, look in the picture. So whether this is when you're a young kid, I feel like you've been kind of manipulated and controlled by these people since you were young. You probably thought it was more that it was very caring and they were looking after you, but no, they weren't. They just wanted to control and manipulate. But I feel like there is no new beginning with you and this person. I feel like this is definitely over. Yeah, you got Tower. Somebody tried to avoid this Tower moment though. Someone tried to stop an ending happening here. But this, yeah. But somebody detached. You know, somebody had to self-reflect and think it over, and then they put an end to this, you know. And now I feel like somebody's sort of hibernating, or they're in a period of silence. They're not really, yeah, they're not really doing anything, going anywhere, doing, you know, like just, hold on 1 second. Everything off my table just fell. Yeah, you've got Coffin. Oh my God. Look at that. Same card. Like, as I said, the Tower, you tried to avoid it, but the Tower happened. The Tower is definitely, like, this past situation is done. And there's a lack of communication. Somebody didn't want to, like, bridge the gap. They didn't want to compromise. They didn't want, whether this was you just felt like you couldn't overcome whatever the difficulties were. There was a lack of harmony here. And as I said, I mean, there would be. If you weren't invited to social events, you were kind of just, yeah. Oh, look, and you've even got the dog. And this is under the boy. So, yeah. I feel like your person is being very loyal to you. Because we were talking about that before. So your person was being very loyal to you. And then here you are. If you're the masculine, otherwise it's your person, but whoever the masculine is, you weren't being that loyal. You weren't being that supportive person. You weren't being dependable and faithful. It's like the same cards keep coming out. Then we have so this could be a Cancer for some of you, or a Taurus. And what did I say? Look. Whoops, shoot. Hold on 1 second. You've got the garden and you've got the garden. And as I said to you, there were people involved. Guess what this means? There were people involved. Even if you thought that there were people that were coming in and having something to do with it, here they are twice. Like, this is the same reading over and over and over. Same cards, same death card, coffin. You've got the man or masculine in reverse both times. Under the boy, you've got the non-loyal. And then you've got your person, which is loyal. And then you've got there are people involved. And that is the reason that this is all over. And then with the tower, somebody had tried to avoid this tower moment, right? But somebody had to just keep on going. Even after the tower happened and the end happened, you know, it was like somebody had to keep on going. It caused a lot of spiritual, or helped with a lot of spiritual growth. Yeah, but somebody definitely let it go. Look, deception. I just feel like there was a lot that you didn't know. You or your person. I feel like whoever it was with the family that was getting involved, or friends that were getting involved, or people that were getting involved, it's like there was deception. All right, so let's move on. So, yeah, somebody definitely detached, and, yeah, there was an end, which we've already spoke about. So tell me more about that card. You've got Venus, Goddess of Love in reverse, and you've got the Lion upright. So there was a lack of attraction for somebody. I think I said that before. But there might have been codependency, like I said. This person could have, or you could have been using something to kind of help you move on from this situation. But somebody was definitely, I feel like once they walked away, I feel like everything just got easier. And they've realized, I feel like if this you or your person realize definitely what it is that they want, what they're willing to put up with. You know, they want somebody that's devoted. They don't want somebody who doesn't have their back. They don't want somebody who's deceptive. They don't want someone who's not loyal. And I feel like, I mean, that's you, right, Libra? There were definitely arguments. There was fighting. This could have been an abusive relationship. Somebody has an anger issue. And because the Libra card came out, I assume that that's you. This could have involved a water sign. So, I don't know if I said that already. So, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. All right, so there's no communication right now. You've got Sagittarius in reverse. It could have also been a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sag. But there's definitely no stability here, because the Temperance card is all about that. A lack of stability, a lack of maturity, things being done in excess, like I've already said. So I feel like, yeah, a lot of the same kind of cards is coming up. I think we can all see that the storyline that we're getting for whoever this resonates for is that it's people were involved. There was some sort of ending. There was a lack of someone having someone's back and being supportive. Lack of stability. Right, 9 cards. Two more. One more. Okay, so on the bottom, you've got the 5 of Wands in reverse. I feel like somebody was trying to keep, you know, avoid conflict because it was just easier. It was like somebody felt like they were walking on eggshells. But they're working on their self-worth. Maybe they're working a lot to earn money, just, you know, investing in work right now to move on. I feel like also somebody's got some sort of clarity or some sort of, like, I feel like the truth is sort of, I feel like the truth has kind of come out. All right, so let's see what you've got, Libra. You've got I feel like it's all based around this card here, which is the Chariot. And the Chariot talks about having a lack of direction. You know, nothing's been done, like no effort's been put in. And because no effort's been put in and nothing was changed, it was not going to be successful. Can you tell me why? The Star in reverse. Lack of faith. Somebody wasn't really that happy. They felt disconnected. Page of Pentacles. I feel like somebody was really just manifesting something else. Because here, like, there was a lack lack of effort being put in. But with the Star card, I feel like somebody really didn't have faith that this was actually going to work out. At the same time, somebody was manifesting something better. And they wanted a new beginning. They wanted to move on and leave the past in the past. And I feel like by doing that, they broke the cycle. They knew they deserved better, so that's, whether that's you, whether that's your person, but somebody was definitely working on manifesting something better. Okay, so, yeah, I feel like that caused an emotional loss. Yeah, I feel like there was some sort of breakup. I feel like, I don't feel like you ever got married, but I feel like you could have been, for some of you, in a high level of commitment. But you both didn't have the same values. You both didn't have the same expectations. And I feel like this was a lesson for somebody as well, if not both of you, but I do feel like it was a lesson for somebody. It definitely gave somebody some wisdom. And, you know, they're in that place of emotional loss, healing their heart. So tell me more. Yeah, somebody definitely released this situation. There was definitely an ending, like I said. Queen of Wands, yeah. Somebody realized that they have self-respect, and they needed to be sort of confident. They knew they deserved better. So they know that, you know, things weren't making them happy here, but they had lack of faith that it was ever going to kind of get better. And I feel like they doubted themselves a lot, so that's why they stayed. It was like, oh, you know, I know what I want, but I don't think that I'm getting that, so I'm trying to manifest something better. But at the same time, I keep going back to this person. And I doubt myself, so, you know, I think, oh, maybe I'm supposed to be there, so I stay. Even though I know that I deserve something better, and I know that this person is a deceptive piece of shit. I feel like, though, whoever the deceptive piece of shit is, that, you know, they're probably going to get theirs. They could have been giving to other people. This could have been a one-sided situation, one-sided relationship. You know, somebody felt like they were putting in all the effort, and this other person, probably the piece of shit, wasn't actually putting in any kind of effort. They, you know, yeah. Take it as it resonates. Could be you, could be your person. All right, let's move on. So, now when you're going through emotional loss, you're your person. It was like they struggled to leave the past behind, because it's always been that way. It's always like, you know, you break up, you get back together, you break up, you get back together. But I feel like there wasn't a firm foundation here because of the conflict of other people. As I said to you, this involved other people. This whole situation wasn't just you and your person. It was you, your person, and all these other friggin' people that wanted to get involved. So really the only thing you can do is, once again, if somebody wasn't going to make effort and wasn't going to make a change, and there was too much sort of opposition, you had to move on. You were your person. Someone had to move on. Yeah, it was like your choice, right? Do you know what you want and deserve, and you've got the choice. Do you do that, or do you stay in a situation where you feel stuck and you have a lot of negative thoughts and you're not really very happy? But as I said, you kind of like tell yourself that you're stuck, or you've got no other option, or, you know, this person will turn out to be, you know, Prince Charming, when in fact, no, they won't. What's that saying about a piece of shit? There's a saying. It's like, you can, you know, throw sparkly whatever it is all over shit, or you can roll it in some, you know, some golden sparkles, but it's still a piece of shit. It's just a piece of shit wrapped in golden sparkles. Can you see what I'm saying? You can think that somebody is going to be a good person. You can think that somebody is a, you know, this type of person, a decent person, a loyal person, a trustworthy person. But deep down, if they're a piece of shit, they're going to be a piece of shit. They're never going to be this loyal, trustworthy, dependable, whatever, supportive person. They're just going to be a piece of shit, because that's what they are. But I feel like you've moved on from this person. I feel like this person, I mean, you probably had a lot of bad luck. And since you've left, you've had a lot of, like, your luck's improved. Material and spiritual prosperity in reverse is exactly the same card as we just had a minute ago, where it's more somebody was giving to other people. That it could have been they weren't that loyal. Yeah. And really, you know, you or your person, whoever was being the loyal person, it was like, there you are, thinking that it's, you know, you're both putting in effort, but really, as I said, you weren't. It was you were putting in effort and they weren't, vice versa. Yeah. And so there was never going to be success here. But I feel like, yeah, since you've moved on, things are better are happening for you. Yeah, there's somebody who was being emotionally manipulative, and they could have been violent, they could have been moody. Somebody definitely had some anger problems here. And with the Ace of Swords, I just feel like there's a lack of communication here now. Yeah, I just feel like there's no communication. Once again, you know, there's a lot of negative thoughts. There's somebody feels like they're stuck. So even if you're being emotionally manipulated, it's like, oh, my friend keeps telling me that my partner's, you know, not right for me. And so, you know, they emotionally manipulate me. But, oh, I don't really want to cause an argument. So I'll just stay stuck. Rather than take back power and go, no, that's my person. I don't care what you think. I'm going to have my person's back. That would be your ideal type of person. But somebody was assessing their life. They had some thoughts. They thought about their future, and they knew they had two choices to make, and they knew they had to leave. It's interesting that you've got two pentacles, which are about stability and material resources, and they're both in reverse here. Somebody's worried about what other people think. So even when you think about your future, you were thinking, oh, look, you know, Bob, Jane, and Frank, my friends or family, are, you know, so opinionated about what they think about my relationship. So, you know, I'm easily manipulated, and so therefore I better end this. So I'm thinking about my future. I'm thinking, you know, I'm worried that if I go back there, what are these people going to think about me? But I feel like, as I said, there's just like no effort. There was no determination. There was no effort. There was no drive. There was no anything. Which explains why this did not work. Because you're too busy over here listening to Bob, Jane, and Frank. So somebody here is moving on. Somebody's having a fresh start. While the other person, the one with the Bob, Jane, and Frank, are feeling trapped. They haven't yet accepted responsibility for their situation. They haven't made choices that will support their path to happiness. There's addictions here. Yeah, like as I said, they're always going to be in that healthy situation, their unhealthy situation. But, you know, definitely somebody is learning. The person that's having this fresh start, the person that walked away, is definitely completing some sort of lesson, or, you know, endings bring new beginnings. So I feel like whoever that person is will be fine. Whoever it is that's being manipulated, if that's you, you know, maybe there's some, let me ask, maybe there's something you need to work on and change within yourself. The person that's being manipulated, tell me about their outcome. Whoop. Hold on 1 second. So, Five of Cups. Here, someone's going through emotional loss. Here, somebody's moving on. But they're unable to break the cycle. Yeah, somebody is definitely being controlled. But it's about being independent, believing in yourself, taking back, you know, your own power here. Yeah, I feel like, you need to realize that you have everything inside you to get through something. You know, you have a lot of inner resources, a lot of inner strength, and, you know, I feel like you needed to protect what you've created, and I feel like that never happened. I feel like you gave up. The wands are about passion, will, and determination, and there's a lack of that. As I said, though, have it because of that reason. Yeah, it's about moving on. Now, you have a choice, right? And somebody really didn't want to make a choice. It was like, do I stand up and defend my partner, or do I listen to these outside Bob, Jane, and Frank and be manipulated by them and listen to what bullshit they want to say, when in fact, you know, I really should be listening and defending my partner and being loyal there. So it's easier to procrastinate. And it even says on the card as well, addictions again. It's easier to have these addictions to try to just blur my thoughts so I don't have to think about what's going on in my life. It's all too hard. I'll turn to drinking, or I'll turn to drugs. Oh, I've got stress in my life. Oh, let me turn to drinking or drugs. Oh, I can't make a decision, so I'll turn to drinking and drugs. It's easier to have these addictions rather than actually face reality. It's like you want to have your wishes to come true, but you're needing to break a cycle, but you're resisting the change. So you're just going to keep on having a lot of bad luck until you actually make some changes in your life. Well, that's what I have for Libra. Sorry, it's not a great reading. I mean, unless you're the one that's actually loyal, then in that case, then it's your person. But I don't know. I just, whoever the masculine is the one that's, yeah, got Bob, Jane, and Frank. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.